Hey everybody, my name is Chris O'Connor and I have a true story to tell you. Happened in a similar setting like this, garage. So about 8 years ago, my girlfriend at the time told me that her car needed an oil change and she was going to take it to her car dealership or maybe Jiffy Lube to go get it changed. Now I thought to myself, I can change it myself, save her some money, teach her how to do it, and impress her. I mean, all wins in my book. So after a lot of convincing, she finally decides that she's going to let me change the oil. So we head on over to AutoZone. When we get there, the store worker immediately asks, do we need help with anything? I tell him, no thank you. Now this is followed by questioning eyes. Are you sure you don't want any help? We got this, I reaffirm her. We walk to the back of the building. They have a giant book. You open it up. I tell you, look at your car's make, year, and model. And then it tells you what kind of oil you need and your oil filter. So I flip through the book, show her it, find the oil filter we need, HP 1000 and something, and the oil's 10W30. Looking good so far. Now we're looking at this 10-foot wall, 10-foot tall wall, 15-foot wide, just covered in oil filters. We pull the one out we need while others are staring aimlessly at it, still trying to look what they need. We check out. Everything's looking real good so far. We go back home. I jack up the car, slide the oil pan underneath, grab some sockets out of the toolbox, and I throw myself a roll of paper towels. Now, the second socket I try fits on there perfect. Get it off. The oil's pouring down. I got the oil pan catching it. All's good. Everything's looking real great for me so far. Now I crawl over to where the oil filter is. It's in a weird spot and I can barely get my fingers to grasp on it. Just the tips of them. I'm fighting it and budging it and working it, and it's been 5 minutes. No good. She's like, do you need any help? Do you need anything? I'm like, no, we're good. We're gonna get this. 10 minutes goes by. Now I'm worried. I'm not gonna be able to get this. I'm starting to look bad. I'm starting to worry. So I tell her, can you go grab a screwdriver out of the toolbox? She grabs a little screwdriver, a flathead one. I said, no, can you get the biggest one out there? She goes back and gives me the biggest screwdriver that we have. And then I said, I also need the rubber mallet. Now at this point in time, she was like, a screwdriver and a rubber mallet. This is where we're gonna take the oil filter off. I tell her, yeah, it's gonna work. Don't worry about it. So I'm underneath the car with this giant screwdriver, hitting it in with a rubber mallet, and making clashes, making noise, smacking the heck out of it. Finally, the screwdriver drives through the oil thing. Good. Now I got a handle on the oil filter. I'm able to take it off. Thank goodness, because I really didn't know if the screwdriver thing was gonna work or not. So I finally got the oil filter out. I popped the new one on, slide out from underneath the car, and fill up the oil pan with some oil. So now the oil's topped off, the car's good to go, everything's great. I hand her back the keys and I tell her, alright, you're good to go. At this point in time, it's taken almost an hour since I've been under the car working on it, so my dad comes in the garage and to see if I need any help too, because that's a little unusual, it shouldn't take that long. So I tell him everything's good too, and she's about to back out of the garage. She starts up the car, starts backing up. I scream, stop, 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 don't go anywhere, don't go anywhere. My dad's yelling, stop, stop the vehicle, stop it. My wife stops. I run over. She didn't turn off the car, so I had to jump in through the window and turn off the ignition. And yeah, the oil all over the ground. I had no idea what happened. My dad asked, on the oil filter, did you take off the other seal? Did the old seal come off with it? Now, I've never had the other seal get stuck in there. And I actually didn't even look to see if it was, because I was trying too hard to be cool and impress her. And unfortunately, I had the second seal on there. So when I put the new oil filter on, all the old oil just spilled onto the ground. Now feeling silly, defeated, not looking cool. I had to drive back to AutoZone. I walk back in the store and the worker goes, do you need any help with anything? And I laugh and said, yeah, I could have used some help, honestly. So I buy more oil. And the moral of my story is, don't try to give up if you're trying to impress somebody. Keep working hard at it. Sometimes you'll mess up, sometimes you'll make mistakes, but don't give up. And if your wife wants to go to Jiffy Lube to get the oil changed, sometimes it's okay to let her get it. It could be cheaper in the long run. Alright, bye guys.